satisfied with investments made on Mtiwa Sugar Factory, which aim to achieve the country's goal of eliminating the problem of sugar shortage. This was said by the Executive Director of Tanzania Investment Center, TIC, Dr. Maduhu Kazi, during a tour of Mtiwa Sugar Factory in Morogoro region.
Nimejifunza mengi sana ambayo kwa hali ya kawaida ukikaa tu kwenye mezani uweze ukayapata, na pia wamenieleza pia wametueleza sote changamoto ambazo wanazo, lakini pia tumeweza kuona kiwango cha uwekezaji ambao umewekwa hapa na pia mategemeo ya kuzalisha miwa zaidi na kuzalisha pia sukari zaidi, ambayo kimsingi tumeona kwamba ni makubwa sana.
Kwa hiyo tunapoona sasa miradi kama hii ya umwagiliaji inaendelea kutekelezwa na inakaribia kukamilika, inatupa matumaini sisi kama serikali kwamba tatizo ambalo limekuwa likitukabili kwa muda mrefu la upungufu wa sukari sasa hivi itakuwa ni.
Sasa hivi mashamba tunapanua kwa kiwango cha juu kila siku, usiku na mchana. Mashine zinafanya kazi kubomoa mapori ili kuongeza mashamba mapya ambayo yalikuwa hayajalimwa katika harakati za kuongeza eneo la upandaji wa miwa. Lakini kama haitoshi, tumeagiza mitambo kwa ajili ya upanuzi wa kiwanda.
Residents from Ngarero near Lake Natron and Oldongai, a mountain in Arusha region, have opposed measures being taken to have the area under Ngorongoro Authority. They claim the plan will affect their lives as they will be forced to move out.
Kwa Ulaya Ngorongoro nzima, Ngarasero ndio kijiji chenye maji tu.
For Ngorongoro district, Ngarasero is the only village with water in the entire district.
Kilomita mingi mlikuja hapa Ulaya Longido, mlikuja hapa tangu mlitoka mahali mlitoka, mliona shamba.
We've implemented the government's instructions for better land use, but where will our children get land if it is taken from us?
Baraza la mawaziri lilikaa na katika baraza lile ambapo maliasili na utalii hasa ndio wenye dhamana na swala hilo.
The Council of Ministers sat together, and Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism is the one with a mandate regarding this matter. The Council made a decision which will be announced by the Minister in charge of Tourism and Natural Resources.
The Standing Committee of Administration and Local Government has inspected various government projects in Dar es Salaam and expressed satisfaction on some of the projects. However, the committee urged the contractors to implement the projects according to the value of funds amounting to billions of shillings allocated by the government.
Zama zaidi, moja ni maelekezo yetu ya kisera, mbili ni thamani ya matumizi ya fedha ya serikali, tatu ni tija, fedha kidogo lakini matokeo makubwa. Na unafahamu hapa kitu kimoja tumefurahishwa sana kama bunge na kamati ya utawala na serikali za mtaa, ni serikali kupata baka, yani baada ya kuwa wametekeleza mradi wameweza kutumia fedha kidogo lakini kwa matokeo yale makubwa.
From mji mpya the office of to who they accuse of poor performance that has led to increase in criminal activity.
Madhumuni ya kufunga ofisi hii ni kwamba hatumtaki mwenyekiti na asije akafungua hii ofisi.
We the people of Mji Mpya have shut down this office. We're asking for another local government chair.
Sisi wananchi wa Mji Mpya tumefunga ofisi hii. Tulikuwa tunaomba tupate mwenyekiti wa serikali ya mtaa mwingine.
This office will be protected by the very people who shut it down. The next step will be to go to the DC's office.
Tatizo hili linalozungumza sasa hivi halijaanza leo, ina mwaka mzima.
This problem did not start today. today, but it has been over a year now, and the issue is to do with security.
The government in Kagera region has detained a livestock keeper and gold miner who is a resident of Keita district, Athman Makoye, following allegations of taking more than 3,000 acres of land belonging to the government at Akasuru village in Gara district, a situation that has led to conflicts between livestock keepers and residents.
Wamepiga fence hapa, wamesababisha migogoro, wengine wako magereza kule, wamefunga sababu ya kuuana hapa, kila mtu anaangania hili eneo. Ama eneo sio ya mtu.
Everyone is fighting over this area. This area doesn't belong to any single individual, but it is a public property.
Wala hakuna mtu anapaswa kupewa usimamizi wa ardhi ya serikali kama mtu mmoja.
Mimi nilikuja hapa nikafika kwa viongozi wa kijiji nikaomba kupewa eneo la kuchungia.
I asked from the village office to be given land to graze. I was asked to build a school, which I did.
Wachungaji wangu walipigwa mara ya kwanza, mmoja alivunjwa mkono.
They were beaten up and a case was filed, but I was threatened that I would get killed or made bankrupt.
The government, through the Commission of Lands Office in Mwanza region, has taken to court 736 chronic land rent defaulters who owe more than 3.3 billion shillings in taxes.
Tumeamua kuchukua hatua hiyo ya kisheria ambayo kamishna wa ardhi amepewa ya kuwafikisha mahakamani wamiliki hao ambao ni wadaiwa sugu wa kodi ya ardhi.
We've decided to take legal measures which the land commissioner was given to take to court bad debtors who have not paid land tax.
Tumesambaza hati za madai nyingi sana, takribani zinafika 11,000 kwa wamiliki mbalimbali katika halmashauri zetu za mkoa wa Mwanza.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows next. Welcome back, and in international news, Bulgaria has stopped using the Astrazeneca COVID-19 vaccine, joining a small number of European countries that have halted its use after reports that some recipients developed serious blood clots. Fears over the safety of the vaccine rose on Sunday when Austria announced it has stopped using a batch of AstraZeneca shots while investigating one person's death from coagulation disorders and another's illness from a pulmonary embolism. To curb the spread of the coronavirus, President Uhuru Kenyatta also extended the dusk to dawn curfew for a further 60 days.
To secure the gains we are making in the war against the virus, and while also addressing the current evolution of the disease, and particularly to address measures in regard to the third wave of the pandemic, and also on the advice of the National Security Council, the Council of Governors, we today, in keeping with the recommendations of the National Emergency Response Committee on Coronavirus, issue the first coronavirus public order of 2021 as follows. Number one, cognizant that the propagation of the coronavirus within our borders has been fueled by political gatherings and large social gatherings, today I direct that all forms of political gathering be and are hereby prohibited for a period of 30 days effective midnight on this 12th of March 2021.
Residents of the Democratic Republic of Congo have commended the U.S. government for recognizing ADF as a terrorist group and urged the government from the neighboring countries to increase efforts in eliminating the group.
Marekani imeweza kukubali hiyo
tunapongeza serikali ya Biden.
We commend the Biden's administration and it's time to assist the Congolese army to fight the rebels.
Kwa ngambo ya Lucha ni kwamba Marekani imeweza kugundua kama hikyo kikosi kia wagaidi wa ADF ni.
The United States has recognized that ADF is a terrorist group and cannot remain there.
The controversial Revere King of South Africa's Zulus has died at the age of 6. Hospital for diabetes treatment. The king wielded a great influence among millions of Zulus through his largely ceremonial and spiritual role, despite having no official power in modern South Africa. And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly after the break. We'll be right back.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight, Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has directed all district councils growing avocados to establish seedling blocks and to give the seedlings
Municipal councils must prepare their own nurseries and give seedlings free to people. Seedlings should be obtained from municipal councils' nurseries.
Parachichi, tunaamini mchango wa Njombe kwenye uchumi wa taifa. Zao hili likisimamiwa vizuri.
We are communicating with our counterparts in China, India, and South Africa, and the United States. There is market for avocado.
More than 60 billion shillings has been issued by CRDB Bank and benefited more than 55,000 women in the country through the bank's Milwaukee account.
When women get access to loans, especially those at the very bottom with registered businesses, can get up to 50 million shillings.
The government in Kigoma region has called on investors to invest in big oil palm industries and manufacture edible oil as well as soap due to increase in production of seedlings, which is being overseen by the Ministry of Agriculture through Tanzania Agriculture Research Institute, TARI.
This is an opportunity that people should take up to plant trees, which 2 to 3 years can be harvested, and therefore they will have raw materials to attract investors. So that when seedlings get to the farmer, many of the seedlings don't die and a large proportion survive.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Kane trying to go with him, but he's going big drag through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
Welcome back, and in sports news. An international volleyball competition is expected to start in Dar es Salaam on Saturday, with Chui, one of the teams participating in the tournament, saying they have great expectations of doing well.
Kwa mpira huu wa wavu wa ufukweni kuna alama ambazo zitamfanya mchezaji aweze kushiriki mashindano aina fulani, lakini kama hujafikia huwezi kupata. Kwa hiyo kama sisi kama Tava tuliona kuna haja ya kuomba tuwe na shindano hilo hapa kwetu, ili wachezaji wetu wasipate gharama za kusafiri kufuata hizo pointi.
Na vijana wawili ambao nimewatoa kwenda kushiriki hayo mashindano. Yes.
Ambao wanaweza kufikisha alama na baadaye wakaitumikia taifa.
Kufikisha alama lazima watafikisha kwa sababu ni wazoefu sana.
Najiamini, nimejiandaa vizuri. Nadhani mazoezi unaona.
Tumeanza tu leo.
Tumeanza muda. Inatusaidia kwa sababu tunapata uzoefu, tunajua baadhi ya vitu vingi. Yani of course mchezo ni mzuri, watu hawajajua, ila wakiujua wataupenda.
A resident from Kungu in Dodoma, Hassan Zakaria Kivina, has been announced this week's winner of the Brain Teaser Chemsha Bongo, aired on Radio 1.
Mimi nilishiriki katika kujibu swali la Chemsha Bongo Radio 1.
I took part in Radio 1 Brain Teaser Challenge to name 3 names of the Director of Health in the world, and I got it right, and the prize was salon tools. I'm grateful.
Mikel Arteta says his Arsenal side need to stop being their own worst enemy after defensive lapses undermined their last 16 first leg victory over Olympiacos in the Europa League.
Odegaard's opener paved the way for the win. Familiar failings at the back saw the Greek champions level and made life uncomfortable until late goals from Gabriel and Mohamed Elneny swung the contest back in Arsenal's favour. Thankfully for Arteta, 3 valuable away goals mean his side are well placed to avoid a repeat of their dramatic exit to Olympiacos last term.
Sheffield United manager Chris Wilder is set to leave his role on Friday after almost 5 years in charge.
The Blades are bottom of the Premier League and effectively 13 from safety with 10 games of the season left. Ex-Blades defender Wilder joined the Yorkshire club in May 2016 and took them from League One to the Premier League in that time. They finished 9th last season in their first year back in the league. This season has proved a real struggle, and they have endured the worst start to a season in the English Premier League history, although they have reached the FA Cup quarter-finals.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo scored his 5th triple-double of the season as the Milwaukee Bucks beat the New York Knicks 134-101. Here is more on the game.
All-Star Game's most valuable player recorded 24 points, 10 rebounds and 10 assists as the Bucks won their 7th game from 8th. Victory for the Bucks avenged their 20-point defeat by the Knicks in December. Elsewhere, Kyrie Irving tied a season high of 40 points as the Brooklyn Nets bounced back from a slow start to win 121-109 against Boston Celtics.
And that's Sports Item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbo. Thank you for watching and good night.
watch Capital